right, here we go. Welcome to episode 2 of the WildCard Sports podcast. I filmed an episode before, didn't quite make it out because of some technical issues, but there were clips released. Hopefully you guys can see those. They're on my channel. But episode 2, this is just how it's going to be from now on. This is the set. I know I got a stupid plant behind me, but the goal is, build out the set, get a better set over time. But I'm just in my office and we're making do. So pretty much in this podcast, I talk about like 3 different topics, maybe more sometimes. And I talk about the games of the week and, or the weekend, sorry, coming up this weekend. So if you're watching this later, it might not pertain to you, but these are the games that I'll be going after or I'll be watching. But first topic I want to go over, and it's kind of late news. It did break earlier this week, but Tom Brady retiring. Like, he is the ultimate GOAT in my eyes. I'm not a Tom Brady hater at all. Yes, he's done some things that were questionable, the cheating scandals and all that, but it's like, I honestly don't think he was cheating, like, he's trying to get an edge, and it can't be all put on him. It could be the coaches telling him to do whatever, the deflate gate thing, whatever you want to say he cheated on. But in my eyes, through all that, through all the pressures, through all the hate he got, winning all those Super Bowls, he won 7 Super Bowls. 7 Super Bowls. And what was it, 6 with the Patriots, 1 with the Bucks, which is pretty amazing. Like, before Tom Brady, my GOAT was Joe Montana, and I'm a 49er fan. And having as a Joe Montana fan, I thought no one would surpass him as the GOAT. But just watching Tom Brady year after year dominate. Yes, he's lost some Super Bowls. Yes, he hasn't made some Super Bowls. But if you compare him, if I could talk, to other quarterbacks over the past 20, 30 years, there's no doubt he's way up here past all those other quarterbacks. It doesn't even matter about all the stats, the yards and everything. All that matters at the end of the day are the Super Bowls and the championships he brings to his city. And honestly, I think he's GOAT, like I said before. I want to hear your guys' opinion of what you guys think. Is he the GOAT? What do you guys think? Like, I know a lot of people hate on Tom Brady. A lot of haters out there. A lot of Tom Brady haters. But honestly, he is GOAT in my eyes. Comment and let me know what you guys think. That's what I want to say about that. But in other news, we got the MLB Lockout. Let me get some Gatorade here, just a second. All right, MLB Lockout news. It's so frustrating as a baseball fan. I mean, I know a lot of you guys are frustrated too. It's just like, it's never ending. They got time to figure this all out. They got till April. At least that's when the start of the season is. But, we got spring training right now, and spring training literally should be starting. And I feel bad for all the prospects coming up trying to prove themselves to MLB teams, and they can't. So that's kind of frustrating. And I feel their frustration. Let's take a look at my computer really quick at the latest MLB news here. So let's check this out. Let me just refresh it too, because it's always changing. So these articles right here are suggesting, let's see. MLB will not counter MLBPA's, our Player Association's latest offer, which is ridiculous. MLB requests help from federal mediators in lockout negotiations. I mean, just figure it out. I don't care. I know there's so much money riding on the line here. And, between player contracts and players wanting to be treated right, I get it. But it kind of blows my mind because I think players get, I don't want to say overpaid, but they get paid very well, especially the great ones. They get mega contracts that are ridiculous that you can't even fathom. And they're fighting over, they want more money. I know the people with the mega contracts don't want more money. I'm sure the people below them, aren't getting paid enough. The guys coming up, whatever. But it's just ridiculous. Like, they need to figure this out. Hopefully they could figure it out in the next, I guess, hopefully they figure it out in February. I mean, if it doesn't happen in February, we're probably missing the first couple months of the season, to be honest. And that's going to be pretty sad. Or we're going to have a shortened season. That's going to be pretty sad and frustrating. But I don't know. What do you guys think? Post it in the comments. Let's hear your guys' comments. But yes, as a baseball fan, and that's another thing, I love betting on baseball. I'm a big baseball bettor, and that's like my bread and butter right there, is betting on baseball. So not having that is no fun. I do love betting on NBA and NHL, and NFL, but I have a lot more success betting MLB, and I want to stick to betting MLB, and it's not coming. So hopefully we get it sooner rather than later. They just got to put their egos aside, figure this out, and let's just see what happens. That's my MLB lockout news. I know I didn't really go into like extreme detail because there's just so many little details about the MLB lockout we could go on for hours about, but it's like you guys know the gist of it. All we want is to figure it out, and for this lockout to end. That's all we care about at the end of the day, right? That's all we care about. So we're going to move on to the next topic, third topic and last topic. There's been a lot of allegations against some NFL teams about tanking and coaches getting paid to tank or paid to lose games, which is insane to think about and kind of sad for the players that were on that team, and even more sad for the fans of that team. Like, Cleveland Browns got accused of paying their coach and Miami got accused of paying their coaches to lose games just to get better draft picks. That is ridiculous. Like, oh man, I feel so bad for the fans. Like, year after year, they just have to endure all these losing seasons just to get draft picks, and these draft picks aren't even panning out for them. So it's kind of ridiculous. Sorry, let me pull that. I don't know. I think it's ridiculous, especially for NFL, and just telling players to tank. Players are so competitive, and so they put their heart and their bodies on the line every day or every weekend, but they're practicing every day. Like, you can't just tell them to lose. Like, and that really messes with your head, and that gives your team a bad rep forever. If you're being told to lose, you need to build a winning culture on your team. Like, literally, there's a losing culture in Cleveland. We know that already, but that's probably why, because they're getting paid to lose. Same with Miami. They've had some terrible years. Yes, they had some great years a long time ago, but man, lately, the Browns and the Dolphins, it's hard. I mean, Dolphins were showing some light there. Browns were too with Baker Mayfield. When Odell was there, they had, solid running backs. They looked good. But at the end of the day, there's no winning culture behind that team to drive them to win Super Bowls, and like, everything has to change. Like, they might have to get new owners at this point if the owners were incentivizing the coaches to lose. It's insane to me. I want to hear your guys' opinions on this. Post it in the chat too, or post it in the comments of what you guys think about tanking. I know it was a big issue in basketball. A lot of NBA teams get accused of tanking. I could kind of see it more in basketball, but at the end of the day, players don't want to tank. They're going to play as hard as they can, and if they lose, they lose. And if they have a bad team, they have a bad team. That's what it is. And I mean, I'm a Sacramento Kings fan, and it's kind of sad. That's why I feel for the Browns fans. Like, the Kings have zero winning culture. Zero. Yes, we were great back when we had like Chris Webber, Mike Bibby, Vladdy, all that stuff. But that was so long ago. The Kings haven't made the playoffs in 20 years. So are we getting paid to tank every single freaking year to get draft picks? And even these draft picks, they're good players, but they're not panning out. They're not carrying us to the playoffs or winning us championships. So it's not working. So tanking doesn't help at the end of the day, in my opinion. I want to hear your guys. Just post it in the comments. Let's go. Sound off, because say no to tanking. Let's just keep it at that. And in the games of the weekend, guys, we got All-Star time coming up, and you know how I hate All-Star games. I posted a video about that, of how much I hate All-Star games. They are super boring and not fun to watch. But in case you wanted to watch it, we do have the NFL Pro Bowl this weekend. You know, it's fun. You know, get the best players, all that good stuff. But I probably won't be watching it. But hey, maybe I'll tune in here and there. Some of the side games they play and all that are fun. But you got the Pro Bowl. And then also, we have the NHL All-Star Game. That's going to be a lot more fun to watch. The NHL Skills Competition, that's always fun to watch. All the events leading up to the NHL All-Star Game are fun to watch. But the All-Star Game itself, it's not the most fun because they're not going to be going all out. They're not going to be playing their hearts out, nothing like that. But there's probably going to be a ton of goals. So if you like watching a bunch of goals, go ahead and watch the game. And honestly, if I had to choose one over the other for excitement, I would go NHL All-Star Game for sure. But you got those two games. And then you also, for college enthusiasts, college football enthusiasts, we got the Senior Bowl this weekend. So if you want to see some upcoming talent for the NFL play in the Senior Bowl, check that out. And as a sports bettor, you could bet on the All-Star games, but it's so stupid to bet on them. Like, you're kind of throwing away money. But at the same time, betting on the game would definitely make the game a lot more exciting. So betting on the game might make your All-Star experience a lot more exciting. So might want to think about that. And then the only sport really, I mean, we got some other sports, but the only main sport we got going on this weekend is NBA. My opinion, games of the weekend. On Saturday, we got the Heat versus the Hornets. The Heat in second place, and the Hornets are in seventh, so they're fighting to stay within that 8th spot. And yeah, we'll look out for the Hornets. Hornets, a young team, a great team. They could upset the Heat. If as a sports bettor, if they're giving points to the Hornets, I might take that as a suggestion, but that's just me. All right, then on Sunday we have the Bulls versus the Sixers. That should be a really good game. Bulls in first place, of course, but they're kind of going downhill, trending, but not anything to really worry about. Losing Caruso was a big loss to them, but Sixers are in third place. They're trying to get past the Heat and past the Bulls for first place. So look for the Sixers to go all out here and look for that upset win against the Bulls. I mean, maybe Sixers will be favored this weekend. I'm not sure. The lines aren't out, obviously, but I'm filming this podcast on a Thursday night, by the way, just so you guys know. So I'm talking about the games of the week. Maybe by the time you watch this, they may have already played, or they are about to play, or something like that. So that's what I want to look out for. Bulls and Sixers. And yeah, those are the games of the week right there. In my opinion, yes, there's other things going on. If you're an All-Star fan, you should have a great weekend because we got a bunch of All-Star stuff going on. Me personally, I'm not into it. I probably won't tune in. Maybe I'll see highlights here and there. But that's about it. I'm going to end the podcast here. Feel free to comment about anything I said in this podcast, and let me know how or what you want me to talk about in the future podcasts, because I'm going to try to put out at least one a week. And hopefully you guys could like and subscribe to this video and to my channel. Much appreciated. And I'll see you on the next podcast. Peace.